Welcome, welcome. Oh, this music's gonna be too loud. Welcome, welcome to Salar. It's probably better if it's too quiet than too loud. Salar. I'm not sure if I've actually. I'm not sure how many Salar games I've recorded. Normally, when there's a 10v10, I am quick enough to join. But we're gonna have Team 2, which should be over here on our left, our orange. Let me fix it actually. Team 2 in our orange, going to be OSP. Team 1 over here, going to be H3 Killa, or ANS. And if I'm not mistaken, most of the players here are not the regulars. So we might see some interesting stuff. Like right here, the Railgun Sarissa jamming Heavy Crude, or Ocello. We'll have to see how this thing works. Explosive Megumin bringing a... I've definitely seen Explosive Megumin before. Bringing an interesting fleet. Looks like most of their firepower is going to be that railgun ship. And they're going to be focusing on spotting. Alright, bloody firework. Down here. Cannons. 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 Did I just screw everything up? No, I didn't. More cannons. Bloody firework with the swarm of ships all spread out here, there, and everywhere. Going to probably be playing the point management game. This game ultimately is a game about capturing the... being king of the hill. Playing capture the flag, right? So that's what everybody's going to be doing here. Gundam Cell bringing the 450 Bulker liners. It's a lot of firepower with their little spotter. This actually might be a default fleet. Final orders. Yeah, this is a default fleet. No other way until the end. This is Kyanite Squadron, I think? A Fish Bather bringing Mace, the container liner, dirty trick from OSP. Defender. AK Defenders. I hope that those are not anti-missile containers, but if they are, full respect. All of the ships named Mace. Effective op security going on right here. Operational security from Fish Bather. Explosive Megumin and Windingo with a... You don't see this very often. This is a very simple Ocello. It's just got the guns and a comms jammer on there. It's going to be pretty immune to missiles looking at it. But it has no sister ship, and should it come up against a heavy cruiser battleship from ANS, the Navy, it will probably wither very quickly. Annihilation Theory. Is this also a... in your walls, in your base, free real estate if you insist. Is anyone home? I think that is also a... shoot, what is the right way to say? I think that that is also a default fleet. Pardon me. Alrighty. And then over here on the other side we have Bandersnatch 6 with Judge Dredd and Judge Judy. Paragons of Justice from Bandersnatch. Blue Darkness with Value Judgment and Moral Failing, but they have been modified. They have been changed. 4 ammo elevators. That's going to essentially double the firepower out of these guns. And VLS 3 launchers. The missiles adding... I don't know spotter over here. Loiterer. Going to get probably be first blood here. Tempest blocks. This is too many, too quick. I don't think it's worth it. It may save the B point from being captured though. I think it's... Oh no, it does. It does not. It does. Loiterer holds on barely because they can repair the CIC and caps the point. almost a brutal prevention by the tugboat by 13th Bloody Firework. But it does not matter, because the point has been taken. The point will not be held. So I believe that Barge Full and Denny Heady will be able to slide up here and take the point. Loiterer, however, has a engine failure, not a drive failure. Wait a minute, Loiterer? No, they do have a reactor. Okay, I was just... a hybrid missile out here. ANS's signature trick. Hybrid missiles, very expensive missiles, normally very effective missiles, going to do very well. A tugboat has slid on over and launched two terrible volleys of missile here. They might pick up VAG right here. VAG full of missiles. Oh no! The missile trade working in OSP's favor right here. VAG is down. H3 Killa bringing 3 ships right here. Each full of missiles, probably hoping that taking E was relatively safe this early on in the game. However, they're going to lose 1/3 of their firepower right off the bat from Bloody Firework. Potentially more. They're going to launch a missile. Greedy Guts with the missiles, not wanting to launch too many. Here comes a Tempest block. This could be 2 ships from 1 tug. 1 tug can do terrible damage. You don't expect... Oh no, it's an HCAT missile. You've got to launch more than that. That's 2 down. This is devilish. And no dedicated security means H3 Killa is out already. A terrible lesson to learn if you're a new player. They do not kill the tugboat because the tugboat has the DC locker large. These ships, CIC basic, no DC locker. When you're greedy with the missiles, sometimes this happens. That is a brutal first start. Oh, it happens. No radar aches forwards. Oh, it happens, man. Don't you worry about it. It happens. You need to bring your own spotting if you want to see. And the A point. The A point has already got some combat going on it. These shuttles slinking on, slinking off. I don't think that they have the firepower to contest. Just 1 beamstone right here from Metal Nailgun. Metal Nailgun is a experienced player, so we'll see how this works. This still could go either way, though OSP has a severe advantage right now, given that they are 1 fleet up. Though Annihilation Theory is going to meet its match right here, right now, because this is what it is not equipped to deal with. It has the 450s. The 450s, very powerful weapons, but not on the point and not in a man fight. Ocellos just do not stand up well in man fights, and some panic rockets. I don't think that those are necessary right here. I think Annihilation Theory is a write-off at this point. Perhaps it can hold on, but honestly, I might consider just evacuating it right now to save the mines, because there's a low odds it can do anything here. It will fire back, but the damage it does is going to be minimal. Containers coming out here. Containers finding the light cruisers. I haven't introduced everyone from ANS, but we have seen everybody from ANS at this point. Zephus with the triple light cruiser threat. And is this also a default fleet? Mark the time, the proven factor. These look like default names. Exit criteria met. This might be. I think this is a default fleet, and they have the PD, I think, to chop through all of these containers. Some of the containers getting a little bit lost, but that's alright. That's what they do. They're cheap, exceptionally cheap. Oh no. Getting waylaid by the jammer. Some soft kill coming out and doing very well. And OSP has most of the points. Most of them. OSP's gonna get the last one too. E. Judge Dredd running into sprint mines right now. Right here, right now. The mines, very fortunately, are going to... Annihilation Theory is going to hold on for long enough for the mines to not matter. These rockets coming out and missing. Going for the chaff. These are some long-range rockets. This is a Hail Mary. I don't think that you'll want to do this, especially when your target has flak, but some of them are getting through, some of them are going to hit, but Axfords have lots of armor, and it takes more than one missile to get through. Or more than one rocket to get through, I should say. Rockets do not have tons of AP. OSP definitely choking under these two ships from Bandersnatch. Justice is being implemented on the D point, and no one can do anything to stop it, it would appear. Free Real Estate, I think, has already blown its rocket load. Yes, it has. You can't blow your rocket load on these guys. More rockets. You know, some of them hit. You might get more of them in the future. This flat cannon's going to do terrible work against these rockets. Rockets weak to flak. Gundam Cell getting lit up and has no clue from where, but that is a trick, a devilish trick to mislead his opponents, their opponents, because they are not getting lit up. Is that a railgun? Pack and Panic, the double railguns, going to be doing some chip damage, some annoying maneuvers over here to Judge Dredd. Those railguns penetrate any armor. And they don't come out the other side, but they do start a bunch of fires and make the DC teams panic, which can make the ship generally a lot less effective. The only issue is here that these little rocket ships are not going to have the firepower to do much here, which is a disappointing feature. Light cruisers slinking around, going to take their pot shots at these little sprinters and shuttles. D point taken by ANS, and at this moment this is all ANS has. Value Judgment and Moral Failing going to slide down here. Job better suited for the light cruisers, I do believe, but the heavy cruisers will have to do here, it would appear. They are going to fire at these little sprinters. They've gotten the tugboat is down. Windingo is definitely not coming back in any real way. The magazine is down. This ship could be ignored. It is not a threat at this moment. It could move, however. Auxiliary steering is down. I'm looking for a CIC. I'm seeing none. Yeah, there's none. It's dead. But recoverable. The drive might go down, but the ship will not explode. Metal Nailgun getting spotted down here. Metal Nailgun taking it on themselves to take B point. And it looks like they're going to have a relatively easy time of it. Killing 2 shuttles down here. They're about to get 2 more as they flee the Axfords. The Axford's going to take some time to kill these. They're shooting these just to make sure they're dead. I'm not sure that they know that they're dead. It may be apparent that they are, though. See these shells just passing clean through this little ship. Those shells are actually too big for the ship. They don't meet enough resistance to blow up inside, so they don't do their full damage very often. 13th tugboat down here has been burned by reactor bloom and has more missiles in the tank, so we might get some real missiles out here to finish off one of these little support sprinters from the gnome themselves. Window shopper, metal nailgun. I'm liking the little flag. It looks like they're just beamstones with support ships on them. These are pretty interesting. I like them. Big fan of these ships. In Your Walls is dead. These ships, easy pickings at this moment. They don't have any weapons left. They can't fight back, so they're just going to get chewed up. OSP getting the charity kills early on, but ANS coming back very quickly with this excellent, perhaps just lucky push on the D point. ANS almost always pushes D point on Salar. B point is normally more of a cripple fight, and so I normally go to the B side, not the D side. Alrighty, what have we got now? Things are slowing down a little bit. People have lost ships. Oh no! Jack the Beamer, the tugboat, has gotten its deadly tax collected. These little command radar missiles are absolutely nasty, it would appear. Useless escort, Jack the Beamer, and window shopper all punished by Bloody Firework. Bloody Firework, the master of the smaller vessels this game, and smaller vessels can make or win the game, or can make or break the game. They cap the points, they get the points. That's ultimately your goal in the game. How many points are you gonna get? You're gonna get 4 of them? 3 of them? 3 is good enough. It was looking good for a second there from Metal Nail Gun, but 13th had the number, and it worked out. Alright. So, ANS down 1.5 fleets. OSP down 1 fleet. Wendigo having little left. Anyone home about to die here. Wendigo first blood on the OSP side. A little bit out of position. No other way showing up here. Ooh. A little bit unsupported, I think. I'm not sure what these bulk liners are attempting to accomplish. They are sliding up here to get into range of Serial Killer. That is what a beamstone is. Judge Dredd and Judge Judy, it looks like. Judge Dredd especially has taken some container liner hits. A container liner, a deadly tool, because once it gets going, it tends to be the containers do terrible damage. It only takes 1 or 2 to start the snowball rolling. They do a lot of damage. Even if those ones didn't. Judge Dredd is crippled. Judge Judy has a chance. Judge Dredd's reactor is gonna, well, something might go up in 17 seconds. If it's the reactor, Judge Judy's gonna get cooked. If it's not, it's just a magazine explosion and something else could happen. These 2 ships might get Corvette swatters. What's it gonna be? Oh, you've got plenty of time. That was the magazine blowing up. There we go. There's the magazine fire coming out the side. Corvette swatters sliding up here, getting jammed into oblivion. Oop, finding a target that they want. And they're all going to miss. Oh, what a devil. What a devilish trick. It looks like it may have been a jammer that misled these. Missiles are going to burn themselves out, not maneuverable enough to get the proper hit, but the joke is on everybody else because 2 of these others are going to slide in. Serial Killer is going to get a beam. Oh, you want to be short that right now, sir. Unless the reactor is up. You can be short that right now and maybe kill Mace. Mace has plenty of containers left. Kill it now before it kills you, because it's probably going to. But Serial Killer is not going to battle short. Perhaps it can't aim. Perhaps it's out of command. No. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, it can't aim properly. That's really nasty. Puppy Dog. Be really sweet if Puppy Dog could eat those missiles for the Serial Killer, but Serial Killer is going to eat more missiles and die. And this crippled Serial Killer, they are out. It's very likely. It's unlikely that ship is coming back. I don't know. Judge Dredd has died to the container liner. The container liner has done terrible damage. Judge Judy backs off over D. The D point has been recaptured by something small until the end. Or, yeah, until the end. Judge Judy's backing up. Judge Judy is not doing too hot because they have taken some containers. And they're going to take rockets. Rockets going to do very minimal damage through the armor. Judge Judy potentially having a chance to beam these bulk liners into submission. The light cruisers sliding around here, not wanting to commit too hard. They're throwing HERPF. That's not good. You need something with a little more oomph to kill those, bumping into each other. Not the finest work from light cruisers, but it happens. It happens. And here we go. No other way. Going to definitely shoot at Judge Dredd. Judge Judy's laser is out. Oh, maybe they were shooting at they're shooting at Judge Judy. They know their target. Those rockets peeled the armor off, and so these shells are all going to do some significant damage. Bonk, bonk. That shell passed all the way through. That means there's no armor stopping it. More containers coming out. I think they're going to hit Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd serving in death as a mobile missile sponge. And there we go. These little 250 guns, great for killing smaller ships, but I think these bulkers might be a little bit too large. Gonna have to reload extra fast to make them useful. I like the heavy cruiser that brings them. It's just I think it doesn't normally work too well. Repairing the beam. People love to repair the beam. The beam does terrible damage very rapidly, so people love it. OSP 750 up. This has been a not so one-sided game, even if Defender gunners stopped firing. Did they run out? Did they run out of ammo? No, they didn't. I think they got hit by something. I think he did have his ammo. I think the defenders may have died to some containers, though. They're on the outside, and they tend not to be super protected by the armor. Could have also been the railgun. The railgun may have disabled them or slowed them. Final orders. I have seen people run these before, just run nothing but HERPF, and it does do a little bit of damage. It breaks the armor slowly but surely. Though I think some HE/AP would have done a lot quicker work here from these light cruisers. I think these light cruisers are wasting their time at the moment. Gundam Cells going to turn to shoot, probably, if Judge Judy's magazine's about to blow. Interceptor missile. Not sure what this is for. Getting on the kill mail. I guess you can do that. Nothing illegal about shooting the guy who's already dead, depending on where you live. It's just not necessarily a cool thing to do. It's rude, you know. Final orders starting to take serious damage from the HERPF. I'm surprised that the HERPF is the call that's being made here. Perhaps they don't know to switch the ammos. One of the ships goes up, Judge Dredd goes up, and that's going to peel some of the armor off here and make that HERPF definitely do some damage. It just took a while to get going, but it will degrade the ship pretty rapidly now. That being said, the HE I think would have been a better move. The B point, an absolute graveyard, but we saw most of that happen, honestly. It just happened so quick. GG, says Bandersnatch, and Metal Nelkun agrees. ANS does not really have a lot going for him right now. Value Judgment and Moral Failing from Blue Darkness. Still have missiles in the tank. Maybe did not meet the combat that they needed to this game, and they're shooting up here, definitely going to end these ships. Those 450s, nothing to sneeze at, and the right tool for the job of killing the bulk containers, the bulker liners. A bunch of decoy containers coming out from Fish Baiter. having nothing else to think about. Had to go get E. Had to go get E, says Blue Darkness. And they did go back to get E. They got it. ANS suffering once again from a lack of smaller scout vessels. Metal Nailgun had them, but they were escorts, not necessarily scouts. OSP, they could have taken more damage. I'm surprised it's the HERPF on No Other Way. It seems to be doing slow work, but it's definitely not good enough. If I remember correctly, it is a way to absolutely pad your damage numbers, though, if that's what you care about. Zephus is starting to get those railgun shells coming in. The ships are so close to each other, we might see a double, a two-hit, a twofer. Shells can pin one ship and go through and hit the next ship. So there is a non-zero chance it happens. It'd be kind of cool to see. Pack and Panic probably being surprisingly useful here. Explosive Magumin. The ship's just sliding back and forth in the back line, it looks like. Sort of defensive play worked out this game. An absolute rat sliding up here to take E with only 50 points left. Bloody Firework and their ships only losing one ship through all of this. Very, very good from them. I'm probably going to have to steal this missile and this tugboat. I don't like picking things other people make, but this tugboat looks too deliciously clownish to not use. Value Judgment and Moral Failing modified with the missile backpack. And I really like this ship setup from them. Going to completely nullify that missile attack. Defending the E point to the last. They can't quite see him though. Those purple crosses meaning that those are overloaded radar tracks, which means that they're not very accurate. Zephus and Blue Darkness sliding out with very little damage this game. Alright, let's see who's going on. Judge Judy doing an incredible amount of damage this game. Oh, a lot of it going to be to missiles. That is a incredible ton of ammo carried for the slugs. Wow. H3 Killer complaining about the blue ball. Definitely some blue ball going on there, but they did do some damage before they left the game. They were killed. And I'll have to ready up in a minute, so I'll have to name the MVS of each game. Most valuable ship. I'm probably going to give it to Judge Judy. Judge Judy probably should have pulled back after taking D, but still, it was pretty good, cool. I'm gonna give Mace the MVS. I normally wouldn't give it to a container liner, but where'd they go? Oh, they're right here. The container liner absolutely stopping the Bandersnatch push. And that was pretty good. And it's not most valuable player, it's most valuable ship, which means it's going to be hard for these little tugs, even though they were doing lifting well above their weight. It can't be one of them because they halted so amazing, you know? These 13th tugboats, I'm going to have to steal them from Bloody Firework. They're too good. And it's because of these Tempest Block missiles, direct HOJ missiles. just being troglodytes, honestly. Full respect. Peak and Panic did okay. It's a railgun ship. They don't do tons of damage. And I think that that's probably going to be it, folks. Anything interesting that I'm missing here? Well, I guess the light cruisers. How much damage did they do? See, they switched ammo. They must have just not switched ammo off. Weird. Well, anyway, that's it.